Well, hello there, YouTube. I just left Castle Rock, about 2 miles back there, and I am now heading back home. The meetup with Giant Midget was fantastic. We just had a late lunch. Well, actually, at the time, it was more like a dinner. If you ever go up to Mount St. Helens, hold on. I don't know how windy that is. And you go up Spirit Lake Highway to go see the mountain like we did today. It's a restaurant at the bottom of the hill after you've gone up and had your fill of the mountain. Let's see all these cars. Remember I took you by here once before and I told you this beach will be full? I bet you there's a bunch of them down there today. Oh yeah, see? Nowhere near as what I thought, but as you can see, tons of people. If you can even see over the Jersey barrier with my camera being low. This thing is sometimes really loud in my right ear. I think my Cena speaker gets, well, it doesn't move, but I think the helmet's sitting on me funny or something. Probably because I've been wearing it all day. But anyway, that restaurant at the foot of the hill after you've gone up and had your fun up at the mountain and wore yourself out hiking around. A fantastic place to have. It's like a country style place, but their burgers, I think, are what they're famous for. I'm assuming anyway. That's what everybody talks about. But they got all kinds of other stuff. I mean, a huge menu. It's, like I say, it's a good old country kitchen. But that was fantastic. So that was a lot of fun with Giant Midget today. That was really cool. It got hotter than hell. It's still showing it's 91 here on the old dash. It's not lacking heat today, that's for sure. Even all the way up at the top there, up by Johnston Ridge, it was still 80 degrees up there. And we were coming down, it was nice and comfortable, you know, we walked around up there hotter than hell. But anyway, it's nice and comfortable coming down, and all of a sudden, woof, you hit that heat wave. We're going, oh yeah. We've gotten down low enough that the heat is back. I'm actually losing temperature here, it's saying 89 now. It might have been showing overly high because, well, it was in a shade, but it could have been picking up some ambient temperature from heat rising up from the bike. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. It was really cool for someone to come to my area and go for a ride, beating around my old places. I even took him, as we were going up there, Fincus Road is kind of on the way, so we took a little detour and took Fincus. I take you guys on that thing probably way too often. But the day is done. The wind's kicking up like crazy over here. But I don't care. The wind doesn't bother me on the back roads. I don't know why. Of course, I'm not going a steady, 75 plus down the freeway either. And the trees kind of break it up so you don't have just that constant death blast. He's going to have a great ride back because this time of night the wind is a northwest wind and he's heading south. So it's going to push him right along. It's going to feel fantastic. He has one of those National Cycle fly screens on his mean streak like I had on my iron for quite a while. Excuse me. So I don't know why my wife is getting out so late. She just texted me here a little bit ago saying she's getting out. Well, the store closes at 5 o'clock. I don't know why she's getting out at almost 6. But at none of our stores, we don't like turn the lights out or half the lights out to hint the people, get out. We want to go home. if you're there, we'll do whatever it takes to serve you until your fill of whatever is done and you leave. Oh, it's somebody's cat. That's a shame. I don't know if you've seen that on the road. But I really didn't have a whole lot to say. I think I said everything I could say in one day today. I was coming back to say I had a great time. It was quite hot up there. Even all the way at the top, we basically only lost 9 degrees going up there. But, you know, your highest point up there is, 4,300 feet. So, how much temperature you're going to lose in that, But from the bottom of the hill in Castle Rock, you're probably 100 feet or something above sea level. So you're basically going from desert height to pretty substantial height when you look at it in the greater scheme of things. Whatever they're growing out there, she's growing fast. She's turning nice and green. I'm sure it's wheat again. That seems to be their favorite thing to plant out there. But I have to say, by far, overall, no questions asked, the best way to ride the F3 is bare naked, no shield. I'll take it no shield better than the shield. I don't know how it flows the air over it, but I drove home in that crazy headwind last night, and other than the exhaust being really loud and resonating in my ear, I should have just stopped and put the earplugs in, but I didn't. Other than that, it was a very comfortable ride. I was surprised. That was probably one of the most comfortable rides against the headwind I've had, because there's nothing sticking up to like steer you around. You're just kind of cutting through the wind. It's funny how these guys finding these back roads back here. Are these guys stalking my channel and I don't know it? Maybe these people that know me. Who knows? I've never seen motorcycles coming through here. And how many did I just pass? How many did I pass before I turned the camera on? Hell, as I went across Spirit Lake Highway from eating at the 49ers restaurant. Look at this. It's got to be some kind of a route of some sort. Bunch of adventure tour guys. This is very bizarre. There's some kind of rally out here I don't know anything about. Isn't that odd? You guys have ridden with, well, from what I've posted of riding through here, I come through here all the time. Very seldom do you even pass a car, much less a ton of motorcycles, and they're all adventure tourer bikes. And they're lost. They needed to go back where the other guys were going. I'm just thinking, those adventure tour guys, you ever see them? You ever look at their bikes? It's like they study forums and find every gizmo and gadget that'll mount on their bike. They'll have 3 GPSs, 7 cell phones, every electrical doodad, barometric pressure, temperature, anything you could attach to a motorcycle. And they have these elaborate brackets that hold all this shit. They end up with so much crap up there. One, I don't know how the electrical system handles it all. And 2, you can't even see where the hell you're going. And you can't see where you're going because their windshields have like 7 or 8 wind deflectors that they can twist the wind different ways for whatever conditions. And the funny thing is, they probably just drive 100 miles from home, but they got a bike set up for some kind of a crazy world tour. But I don't want to harp on those guys. I find it quite entertaining, I gotta say. But I live by the rule of if that makes you happy, by all means, knock yourself out. And it's great entertainment for people in the motorcycle industry because we find that very entertaining. But whatever's going on, I was just thinking, how could those guys get lost? I mean, they should have, like 3 different voices, backup of backups on their GPSs telling them where they're going. But apparently something ain't working right. God, it's been a beautiful day. I personally would like it to be a little cooler, but that's all right. I need to get used to the heat for the good old-fashioned Utah run, or Utah. Hello, it's 2015. Catch up, old man, for the Yosemite. So that's cool. Them I have. We're gonna try to Giant Midget and we're gonna try to meet up somewhere in Salem on the 9th of July and ride down together. So that'd be way cool. Man, it seems like every time I go to something, it starts and it ends with some elaborate long journey that I take by myself. Always. And for once, it'll be a 2-hour drive, basically, and then the other 12 hours will be with somebody. And it looks like his, with his mapping and everything on his mean streak, he gets roughly 120 miles to a tank. So, that's a comfortable enough time to stop. I usually my target is around 150 for every stop, which is essentially every 3 hours. Good rule of thumb, if you haven't gone on a motorcycle trip, it's 2 hours for every 100 miles. So keep that in your head. Like basically, from my house down to XXX is roughly about 700 miles. So for every 100 times 2, that's 14 hours. And I'm telling you, you can beat this by being an iron butt, making the most minimalistic stops, running until your ass is numb and you have some crazy way of going 300 miles or whatever on a tank of gas, like a car or something. It's kind of hard to beat that. You're going to stop for restrooms. You're going to stop for gas. You got to eat at some point. Although when I came back from Twin Falls, I haven't beat 12 hours on that trip, and I made it. I was literally feet from turning into my driveway or my gravel road when it clicked over the 12-hour mark. Could not believe it. But I'm here to tell you, I hammered down. I followed every fast traffic, whatever I could. I never stopped to eat. I had some like energy bars and granola snacks and that kind of crap. And I stopped for gas, wet down my cool suit. I'd hammer down one of those little breakfast bars, a whole like you know, those 16-ounce bottles of water, and boom, off I'd go again. And I was stopping. I can go pretty comfortably about 175 miles way before the fuel light comes on. Or it's before the fuel light comes on. I don't know about way before, but before the fuel light comes on the Road King. And I'd stop, do the same thing again. And I would stop literally long enough that it took me to take a potty break, wet my suit, top her off with gas, hammer down a little breakfast bar, and I don't think I was doing it every stop, maybe it was every other. And just plenty of water, lots and lots of water. And I was good to go. So I don't know how I'll ever get all this video into something. I mean, this literally, this meetup with Giant Midget could turn out to be a mini series here. So I'm not going to turn you off in the typical place, but I'm going to turn you off right here as I enter State Route 505 and head up the hill to my hacienda. So on that, with this enormously loud exhaust in the background, I'm going to roll out and say goodbye. And thanks for following Giant Midget and myself up to St. Helens and back. That was a lot of fun. And nice to know I got a riding partner. You guys need to check his channel out for sure. The link is below. So we'll chit chat with you later now. Take care. And again, thank you. Bye bye now.